I bet that's the first time you see this nation. What you see is the secret Dutch Catholic Indian nation. And it does have unique and powerful ideas. But there is a problem. You can't play as this nation. It's impossible. But I found a workaround. In this video, I will show you how to play as this secret nation. So I decided to start as Holland, but technically it's not necessary. Any Dutch nation would do. Our first goal, of course, would be to get some privileges, mana privileges, his land, religious diplomats. Let's get some bargain loans. Now our goal is to secure independence from Burgundy. We can ask support from England. I also see Castile, who also do. Denmark, perfect. So we have already support independence from a lot of nations. We could also try to improve with France if we want to. Alright, so let me lay out the plan. We pretty much ignore Europe. I would need to most likely secure some French land, most likely. But we technically don't even need to form Netherlands. Alright, France will support our independence, which is just perfect. Now, let's take a look. I think you don't have to be an expert to understand that we're going to win. We're going to win. So, obviously, most likely what's going to happen is that our regular army will be completely destroyed. Burgundy will focus on us. So, I think what we'll do is we will declare independence war. Although first, let's finish raise the militia. As you can see, now we won't lose any stability when we declare on our overlord, which is pretty useful. So, we can just declare war. And, well, it should be easy. Let's go. Alright, I don't think it will be a big problem. Alright, Denmark is coming for the rescue. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, alright. Bye-bye, Denmark. Alright, let's try to get rid of Brittany. What I will get? 1 ducat. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll just take war patient. Alright, my strategy is just hide in Denmark and hope no one touches me. Well, I can't win against this. I just can't. Alright, we can get rid of Austria, which is good enough for me. And yeah, Burgundy is doomed. There is no way it can win. So let's see what I can actually take. Well, I would need some coastline for sure. Okay, so I need to be more precise when improving relations, because what I will do is will piss off pretty much everyone. Well, let's try to improve with these nations. And I think what I will do is I will... So we have one merchant free, essentially. We can put in Ireland and establish communities for 15% improve relations. This will help. And I think we can do the same here, actually. Let's put one here and improve relations. So believe it or not, but actually England kind of gave us a small problem. I want to take coastline, but I can't because England occupied it. So pretty much impossible. However, what we could do is we could just Burgundy, take money, war reparations. So why are they pissed off? Both France and England hate us. Actually, we could keep France as our ally, right? But break alliance with England. Alright, and let's break some alliances. Okay, perfect. So now we are independent, which is good. We have some allies, and most importantly, we are still in HRE. Alright, so let's finish unification of Holland. We will lose some aggressive expansion. I don't really care. Actually, I think if I took even one more province, this reward wouldn't help us. We will still have coalition of HRE. Anyway, so now we also get this wonderful flavor event. Let's get 1 military mana and 20 legitimacy. And our actual priority is not to expand, but to colonize. I think we don't even actually need to form Netherlands. Alright, so actually France hates us for some reason. Let's remarry them. And let's break alliance with England. Perfect. I'll let you some rivals. We still need some cash, we still need some army, so we still need to expand. Actually, I think Burgundy could also work for this strategy, but the problem with Burgundy is that we would need to somehow integrate whole Netherlands without losing France. You would see what I'm talking about, we would need to do some culture shifting. Thank you, game. Thank you. Just in time. Just in time when I can't declare any war. Alright, let's take counter roll. I can't ever say no to this event. Oh my god, he's horrible. Look at this. 6 maneuver. 100 tradition general has 6 maneuver. Let's actually see if we would try to ally Austria. We just need to scornfully insult someone. I can't because I don't have prestige. That's fine. I actually kind of even forgot how rich the Dutch nations are. It's pretty insane. By the way, we can actually afford unique Dutch naval doctrine, which will give us plus 25% colonial range. It's pretty important for us. Maybe let's build more ships, more bark. So our goal is to essentially speedrun colonization. Also, I don't really know why we don't start with that how the monarchy. Let's enact it. It has some pleasant bonuses, like some naval bonuses, some better trade, but most importantly we get parliament, which is pretty good. Let's see what we have here. Nothing interesting so far. Most likely we'll just wait a month and try to get something better. And I think we'll try to... Actually, I would love to get one more diplomats, so let's do it. Awesome. Alright, I bought some army and I think we'll try to clear on Utrecht or Gelre. I think that should be safe enough. Alright, first idea group is exploration. That's right. I mean, it's not the most optimal group choice, but why not? We need to get to India fast. Alright, I think actually let's go and declare on Gelre. I think that should be pretty much safe. Just need to quickly get rid of Leash and Gelre at the same time. Oh, actually for shock. Okay, that's wonderful. Actually, we can clone Denmark. Why not? Let's go. Alright, let's peace out Leash. We can actually take a lot from them. I won't break any alliances because they might ally someone like France. Let's just pay cash, transfer trade power. Wonderful. Alright, East Frisia is ours. Alright, we actually even got a colonist, pretty important. Let's try to set native coexistence. And I need to send some ships to explore. Let's move them back in. Alright, that should be fine. Let's just peace out. Although let's do it on 31st December. When you peace out on 31st December, the aggressive expansion ticks down, which usually leads to collision just not forming. Let me even show you. We peace out right now, and let's take a look at Palatinate. So it's minus 50 right now, let's wait a few days. Minus 47, they can't join the collision. Anyway, we are on the roll. It's actually interesting if we can give this land to Dutch East Indian Company. I think we could try, but I'm not sure if it will work, they're pretty far away. Alright, let's start exploring. We can Royal Marry and ally Austria most likely, so let's do it. I don't know why, but whatever. At least we are safe from unlawful territory. Alright, so France might want to break our alliance, which of course we don't want. Let's see if we can do anything. We can try populations. Let's see what else we could try. We could actually try to buy some trust. I'm not sure if this will work. Yes, it will work. Okay, fine. I must improve with France. I will also try to carry favors and break Austrian alliance with Burgundy. The Dutch also have unique bark type, more trade power and can transport units, which is pretty important for us. We will live on trade income. By the way, I want to note that it's extremely unusual that Burgundy allies Austria. Usually they are rivals. So we have colonial range advisor, some more colonial range right here, plus 50%. I'm also going to grant one more privilege to burghers, grant New World charters. If we do this, we would get even more colonial range, plus 10%. Well, and some colonization bonuses, but I don't care about them. So now in theory we should be able to colonize it, but we can't. We almost can, but we are still far away from Africa. Let's see if there is anything I could colonize. Not really, not really. Let's get some advisor cost combat reform. Although it's actually important to understand that we actually kind of need to get rid of Burgundy, because soon they will be inherited by, say, Austria, and fighting them will be pretty difficult. Actually, let's see, is there really no way to colonize anything? Like at all? Oh my god, almost. Alright, I think what I will do is I will declare on Utrecht, and somehow we can call in Austria. Wait, why we can call in... Why can't we call in Austria? So, I don't know what's going on here, because usually you can't call in Austria against a HRE member. Something went wrong here, something went wrong, and I'm not sure what exactly. Actually, we could colonize Greenland. I mean, do we want to colonize Greenland? Good question. Let's first focus on diplomatic power. We need a lot of diplomatic power. And let's see. I mean, we don't really have much choice, and it might help, so let's do it. Alright, Aachen is ours, that is just perfect. Let's see about Utrecht. By the way, yeah, we need to improve some relations. Yeah, we need to. Also, Liege Pound Fasting. I think I should conquer it soon, and I think I will conquer it. Alright, let's just get this land. That would be perfect for me. Need to remove 1/4 here somewhere. I think right here. Well, it's drain at this point is better, but here we have some kind of zone of control stuff, so let's do it. Also, by the way, Württemberg became Emperor of HRE, which is pretty interesting. But anyway, it demanded some unlawful territory, so most likely we'll have to chill with aggressive expansion. By the way, we can both get higher developed colonies, plus 1 colony development boost, and get Golden Era, which is just perfect for me. Alright, so we just need some automatic technology and we can start exploring. Oh, by the way, that's why Austria joined against Utrecht. That's because it isn't an emperor anymore and it can join the wars in HRE. Alright, Greenland colony is finished and we should soon be able to get new diplomatic technology. Right now let's get religious ideas, they will help us a little bit. Actually, I don't know how I will conquer India, but we'll try. Here we go. Diplomatic Tech 7. Finally, we can colonize, right? Yeah, we can colonize, finally. Let's start. Let's start with Africa. So the goal is actually I want to somehow try to transfer all Dutch lands to... I won't even try to pronounce that name. Dutch East Indian Company, I think. I'm not sure if I'll be successful, but I'll try. Alright, so we have 50 favors with Austria. What's going to happen now is I'm going to break Austrian alliance with Burgundy, right? So there was actually second plan. I could declare on Friesland, call in Austria, that would work. And that, in theory, would allow me to declare on Burgundy and call in other guys. The problem is that I need to declare on Flanders first, and those who agree to help me against Burgundy won't help me against Flanders. So I would need to declare, but because we would already be at war against Friesland, we wouldn't be able to call in any allies. Now I will show you what I mean, so let's declare on Flanders. As you can see right now, I can call in both Denmark and Castile, I can do it, but from my experience, if I also declared on another nation, the game would say you can't call in allies to multiple wars, only to one. So yeah, we kind of had to break alliance with Austria. Anyway, now that should be pretty easy, I think. My priority is to improve relations so I can get some land. As you can see, yeah, it's going to be hard. To be honest, I'm not really sure if I would be able to fight the coalition. So, what happened to Austria? Why is Württemberg so popular? Okay, let's try to royal marry it, maybe that will help. I will try to butter it up, so it doesn't demand unlawful territory. Yeah, I don't think we will be able to conquer everything I want, because the collision will be insane. Well, I can safely take whole Flanders, that might work, but not anymore. So yeah, I guess. I just do this, I will... No, I won't take any cash, because I won't get much. Satellites on war operations, transfer trade power, and I think that should be enough. I could cancel Brabant, but I won't. I mean, why? Although, Burgundy might go to some other nation, and I would still want to conquer Brabant, so let's do it. Brabant is now independent. You can thank me later. Anyway, now I can finish in Flanders fields. I can lose all separatism in those provinces and get cheap advisor. It's win-win for me. Awesome. I'm going to be honest here, I'm actually not sure how it will work exactly. Like, will rebels travel to Holland or not? They might not, I don't know. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to create Dutch provinces in India, and that in theory should spawn Dutch West Indies rebels. Tried it, it works, but I'm not sure of limitations. And let's get Excel colonial companies, plus 5% settler chance, thank you so much. Alright, we can continue colonizing. Let's do it, let's do it. So essentially we need to go around Cape of Good Hope, yearly. Maybe I'll try to charter a company from India, we'll see how it works. I'm going to be honest, unless I figure out the way to transfer provinces to new nation, I most likely would need to conquer India a bit more so I can feed it, because it will be extremely weak at first. Alright, that was predictable. Burgundy went to Austria. I think I would have to break a land with Austria. Operation ideas are finished. Pretty good. We can build more ships. The problem is I kind of weak to invade India. I'm not really sure if I'll succeed. Let's put it this way. I somehow need to conquer Frisia. I'm not sure how. The Emperor of Witchery really screwed me over a little. Actually, what we can do is we can ally it. And we can try actually conquering. I'm not sure if I'll be successful, but just need 3 provinces, not the really developed ones. Let's try it out. I mean, it's fine, we'll survive. Alright, I just need to ally HG Emperor, Württemberg, so they don't demand any territory from us. So I think what we would do is we would declare Friesland, we would declare France, and I think it should work out. I think it should work out. Oh, Poland, the Emperor. Okay, that's fun. Why is Poland the Emperor? I think it improve relations with us. Yeah? No. Alright, it should be fine. I will try to improve with Poland ASAP, because ideally I should be able to ally it, ideally. I think what I would try actually, I'm not sure if it will like me, but I can send conflicts out to say Ottomans. Yeah, we can royal marry it. Okay, perfect. So now when I peace out, there will be no unlawful demand. I'll just take this land. Awesome, perfect. And I will ally Poland immediately, before it asks for land. Awesome. Actually, I also could declare on East Frisia, could try to conquer it even. Its 8 development would be safe, but we would be able to form Netherlands. That would be good. I mean, it's not necessary, but why not? Alright, we can conquer East Frisia, that should be fine. And right after I conquer East Frisia, I would be able to finish first Frisian Freedom, right? And I won't even try to pronounce this, but this mission will give us ability to form Netherlands right now. I can do it. I can also not do it. It depends. The problem is that we would have to fight Emperor of HRE, which is not really a good idea. So maybe I would first conquer Liège and some other guys and only then form Netherlands. Although actually we could also try to become Elector and then we would remain in HRE, but I mean that's kind of difficult. Let's for now just ignore this. It's not necessary. Yeah, we're too big to join HRE. It won't work. Alright, we can actually get more colonists, which I would do. I think soon we should be able to purchase like land from India, hopefully. Alright, one more colony is done. First that means we can explore a bit more. Let's try. So ideally we should already be able to reach India. Be perfect. Oh, wait. We spawned colonialism. Oh, baby, yeah. Look, holy. Look, I haven't spawned colonialism in a very long time. Very surprised. I was thinking I still would do it. Anyway, it's fun. It's welcome. It's good. I got some mana too. See ya. Alright, so we are already at gates of India, thankfully. Meaning we should be able to finally spawn the East Indian Company. Unique advisor event, we can get some yearly prestige. For cheap, let's do it. Oh, right, he's still pretty expensive. Anyway, that's fine. I'm pretty rich. I think I will also build a flagship. It's going to be a heavy ship, and I think Dutch have some unique attributes right here. Yeah, Dutch courage, plus 10% with morale. Well, it's kind of useless. So I'll just take some trade power, fleet engagement with, and... alright, let's take unique attribute. Can't always take it. Alright, we've got those wood. That's pretty positive. Alright, so because we are at work with Hansa, we can finish Hansa relations, get some claims in Hansa, which is pretty cool. Alright, I somehow stack wipe this stack, it's pretty cool. I don't even think they have technology that bad. Yeah, only 1 level less. Anyway. By the way, I'm not sure if you've seen, but I just spent some diplomatic mana to develop stuff and became great power. Love playing tall nations. Alright, one more diplomat, let's do it, finally. And I think we could declare technically on Austria or Liège. Maybe let's start on Liège. What does France want? Nothing, I can just mark land as vital. Or on Brabant actually. I think we could declare on both. Alright, yeah, let's declare on Brabant, although I will first actually build some troops, let's build some cannons. I'm pretty rich, so I can afford a lot of cannons. Alright, let's declare on Brabant, be pretty easy. Alright, let's just conquer Liège. Well, actually, charter company would require a lot of cash, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but I might try, Well, let's see subcontinents. So East Indies company can only appear in specific places, let's put it that way. Alright, so we can actually already own peace out, which will be perfect. So let's do it. I think it will be fine. Coalition is appearing, but it will be fine. It will be fine. Nothing to worry about. It already disbanded, yeah. As you can see, it's pretty easy. Alright, now maybe let's try to get some cash so we can buy a charter company. So it would cost around 1500 ducats to buy even one province. And I need to make sure it's in India actually. Both are not in India. That's pretty bad. About here. Okay, it's expensive. Oh god. Well, we could try to lower the price. This one is pretty affordable. I'll try to improve here. So I'm actually not sure. One theory I have is that we might try to release East Indies as vassal, not like the usual Dutch do. You will see what I'm talking about. And we could try to say conquer province here, transfer it to vassal and like feed it all of our mainland. But I'm not sure how it will work exactly. I'm going to be honest here, I know how to spawn it, but I don't know how to place it. We'll see. I don't want to start from zero in India. Actually, I would already form Netherlands if Austria was the emperor, but it's not. So if I form Netherlands, I would need to declare on Austria, take those Walloon provinces, and that would be South Poland, which we don't want. I could in theory vassalize Mainz, right? That would allow me to steal electorate, but I mean, it's kind of complicated. I'm not even sure if we would even play in HRE after I do whatever I want. There's a possibility we most likely would be confined to India. Anyway, so I think we already can right now buy land here. A chart company, say right here. Alright, I will not make it military company. And yes, we need to convert it to Catholic and we need to change culture to Dutch. That would already be enough to release East India on one hand, on the other hand it won't be enough. Anyway, and I need to find some allies in India because I won't be able to handle Gujarat and stuff alone. Let's try to ally Junagadh and I will try to buy maps. Let's request to share maps. Let's start with Hindustan. Alright, I see Malwa here, which might be useful. Also see Bahmanis, which also might be useful. As a true European, we can't take on Sultanates alone, we need some friends. We need some allies that we need to exploit. But once again, technically that's all we need. This one province right here, make sure it's not a trade company. Technically that's enough. Alright, so we converted the province here, now we need to change culture to Dutch. That's correct. It will take some time, but it's necessary. By the way, we can get some missionaries trans policy. Pretty good. Now, alright, yeah, I'm unlucky. Gujarat is allied with pretty much all of India, which isn't good. Not good at all. Bengal is allied to Min, seriously? Yeah, that's going to be hard. Well, there is actually one way to transfer my European provinces to vassal, although it's going to be pretty hard. Alright, so it depends on their colonial range. Well, the good news is that Indians are kind of primitive. Well, I mean, in military technology sense. Like, they have far less technology. So we could, in theory, just steamroll them. Which actually I could try. Let's try actually, yeah. Moving my army here. We discovered Japan, pretty good, but it won't help with India. We need to get more troops here. Alright, then that means tech, I still don't want to form Netherlands. I mean, I can form Netherlands, but Austria. Just an unlucky game. Actually, let me think about it. We do have one French province, so technically we can avoid declaring on Austria, so you know what, let's try. Let's try forming Dutch nation and finish some missions about India. Tales of gold and spices and colonial range, whatever. So this is the company we're talking about. We can establish it. The problem is that there is no way to play as this company. It acts like colonial nation. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to actually release it and play as it. It's truly impossible, but it is. Anyway, let's finish West Indies company. A new hope, some other chance. Alright, so here I also finish some Dutch missions. We can get university for free. We can get Bosch for free. Well, almost free. Let's get the guy. I will improve him. We can upgrade our patronage of the arts. Whatever. I already have 100 prestige. Right, next year group. I don't really think it matters, but we can choose like expansion maybe. I don't know. We can also get the 7 provinces. Unique Dutch government reform. Some very positive bonuses in low countries. And some very negative bonuses outside of low countries. Now, the benefit is that we are essentially located in low countries. So there is no really reason not to choose this. Yeah. India doesn't count because it's not in Europe. Only European provinces get the buff. Anyway, let's also finish military missions. We don't really care about Dutch missions. Most likely we will get generic Asian missions right after. Alright, so right now the province is Dutch, right? Let's wait a month. So it's showing up as Dutch patterns, but believe me, what we need to do is we need to get rid of core on this province, and that should ideally work. Now I kind of want to conquer a bit more provinces here. I want to see how it works. Alright, I think we can try declaring on Gujarat. I would make Vijayanagar co-belligerent, because why not? And our first goal would be to get rid of Delhi pretty much immediately. We have a few more mill tax, like not even one mill tax more, like a lot of mill tax. So it shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. So actually, I'm not sure. I think rebels might travel to Netherlands, I don't know. That's a mystery to me. Alright, we can get rid of Delhi already. Say goodbye. Oh no, seriously, it's stubborn. That's fine. Alright, let's get rid of Delhi. And I will try to neutralize maybe Bengal. I just need some maps. Hindustan, if I can. Yeah, I can. Alright, it seems I somehow got supremacy in the channel. I have 60% of trade power in English channel. Let's finish the mission, get chip advisor. Yep, absolute annihilation, look at this. I didn't stand a chance. Alright, I'll just break Bengali alliances, maybe some cash, a little. Awesome. And we can go to Vijayanagar. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Well, we were outnumbered, but as you can see, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's not really smart. Attack wipe to Janagar. Let's go. Let's collect monies for military access. Alright, yeah, actual colonizing India is pretty easy. Alright, let's attack wipe Vijayanagar. That's perfect. Now they should agree for a lot. No? Okay. Alright, yeah, we can peace out Vijayanagar. That's what I'll take. Be pretty good enough for me. I will try to core those provinces and convert them to Dutch. I'm going to be honest, I don't have a clue how will rebels behave. All I know, it will be pretty interesting. Actually, I have an idea on how to spawn the rebels I need. We might try to diplomatically vassalize Nagar, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It might work. Alright, here we go. That's total take from Gujarat. Let's also delete Flemish Company. It's exhausted. Awesome. I will ally most likely Bahmanis. Okay, religious journal. That's fine. That's fine. So first of all, let me just... Okay, I will make a save, and I will show you what the nation I'm talking about exactly. So you need to finish Tales of Golden Spices, just embrace colonialism or do some exploration ideas. You need to discover some Indian provinces, alright? And that will grant this privilege. Let me even show you. It's burger privilege. It's only unlocked by mission. Here we go. So what happens is that once you grant it, you can click the one button, establish the VOC. I don't really want to butcher Dutch language, so I won't even try to pronounce this. So when you click this button, what happens is that we release a kind of like colonial nation, kind of. It's independent, essentially. It's kind of independent. It's focused on trade. Here are all the modifiers. And essentially, it's just so you don't have to micromanage India. It's not really the most efficient, but it exists. So now the problem with this nation is that, so Great Britain has similar type of subject, British India. So the difference is that you can actually place them. You could just click a button in the event and you can just place them. Now the problem here is that you can't. I am not even sure how to annex them. I don't know if it's possible to annex them. As you can see, there is no annexation option. I mean, maybe we could make it go independent and declare on it. That's a possibility. But essentially, there is no legitimate way to play as this company. None. Zero. It's impossible. Forget. Unless, I show you something. There is one way, one secret way. You won't find it anywhere. Not on the internet, not on the wiki. There is one way to release them and play as this nation. The problem is that they don't have any cores at all, in general, like it's impossible for them to get. They just get claims on whole India, as you can see. But we can create those cores. Alright, we're back. So, one way to play as this nation is actually pretty simple. So, let's try if this will work. I just made a backup save, I hope it will. It might not, we'll see. So what we can do, one way is to vassalize Junagadh. We need to vassalize them, it's pretty important. Not really easy, but we can try. Just need to get 190 relations. Almost there. I'm not even sure if it will be possible. Let's give them some subsidies. Alright, we're almost there. Almost there. Just a few more relations. Okay, here we go. We need to vassalize them. That's one way to do it. Now. Very important. Take a look at this province. It's Dutch. It's Dutch province. It's of Catholic religion, and it's Dutch province. Catholic religion doesn't matter, you just need to convert to Dutch. That's what matters. And it's in India. It only happens in India. So what happens is that we can grant this province to Junagadh, right? And next, we can immediately get it back. That's correct. So we lose our core here, but it's Dutch. It's not Indian. Now take a look at what rebels there will be. Alright, not these ones. I don't mind them. It's because we have a lot of progress. I just need to get rid of them a little. I'm not really sure why particulars are here. Oh, yes. Yes, I know why. Okay, that's my stupidity. Don't mind me. So, that was step number 1. Second important step, take a look at our culture. We are Dutch. We are Dutch. We are the main Dutch culture. No matter what happens, right? Dutch rebels will always try to convert to our country. So, no matter the province, no matter where it's located, it will always be Dutch separatist. Now. So, to prevent this, we need to Oh, I have rebels in country. What happens is that we need to change our primary culture. That's correct. Alright, so let's switch to Walloon, for example. It's not going to be pleasant, but we need to do it. I'm just going to move my capital right here, I think. So actually it might not work exactly as I want. I mean, it might, I'm not sure. Alright, let's try switching to Walloon. So we just need to unstate all provinces except for Walloon culture. It's pretty easy. Yes, I moved my capital here because Holland is out of development and it would prevent me from flipping from Dutch. Awesome. Let's take a look at our cultures. So there is one more state somewhere, I don't see where exactly, which prevents us. Okay, yeah, I see West African coast. Vote now. So Walloon is 41%. It's good. I think I actually might need to wait to get 100 depending mana. So we just need to develop it a little. Alright, so we need 50% of non-Dutch culture. That's why I wanted to conquer Austria actually. Because as you can see, it's Walloon here, it's French, and it would be easy to culture flip. So let's just develop Walloon a little. 47%, 50%. Here we go. We can culture shift to Walloon culture. It's French, it's not Dutch. Alright, that's pretty important. And here's what happens. Take a look here. Let's wait a month. Dutch separatists. No, these are not Netherlands. Those are Dutch separatists. So let me explain. First, what we've done is we took this province. We converted to Dutch culture, Catholic religion. Alright. Then what happened is that so we have Dutch province, Catholic province, and Junagar has core here, but the problem is that Junagar is of this culture, not Dutch. So their separatists won't spawn. So what happens next is the game looks, alright, this province is in India. The primary Dutch nation in India is Dutch East Indies. Now the problem, if Netherlands are Dutch, then it overrides the Indian rule, because, well, if you're Dutch, then that means the province will just deflect to you. Now, our goal was to make sure we aren't Dutch anymore. So now when the province revolts, eventually, I hope, it will go to Dutch East Indies separatists. A little bit complicated, but I hope got the gist. Why did I give it to Junagar and then stall again? To be frank, I'm not sure. Here. We'll see how it works. I will experiment. I will try to core it and we'll see if it will prevent rebels from spawning or not. Well, we could try give it to trade company or revoke from trade company. Maybe that will help. No, it won't. So, by the way, why convert to Catholic? It's because if you don't, you can't change culture of the province. That's why. And you need to make it Dutch. By the way, I'm not sure why. I think it's kind of because we got rid of Dutch monarchy. We can get Stadtholder monarchy. Well, it doesn't work because we're not Dutch. But anyway. Alright then. Let's see. Okay, I think that was my mistake actually. So no, you don't need to like give the province away. I was trying to get rid of the core of mine. Like you can also do, you can just sell the province to someone and you get rid of the core. For this specific strategy, it's not necessary. You just need to change your culture from Dutch to like French or whatever, and the province must be Dutch. That's it. Simple. Anyway, so let's try decreasing autonomy here. Maybe that will work. Yes, that will. Dutch separatists will still show up, and I need to try to convert some provinces to Dutch too. It will help a little. Actually, yeah. Actually, it won't really work, because I think of separatism, right? Yes, so if you charter a company, you can do it. If you conquer directly, you need to wait before separatism goes away. Yeah, so charter company, essentially. I would love to have some war exhaustion. I don't know what to do. I think let's go to Column Bachmanis, maybe. Just need to change your troops. That will help with war exhaustion. Alright, I think let's do Column Bachmanis pretty quickly. Shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. Well, I hope. I don't know. But I hope it will be fine. They're pretty primitive. Alright, let's just take those provinces from Bachmanis, just so I can connect my lands. Awesome. So, what's even more awesome is that we can now release East Indies rebels. So let me explain briefly, once again, so there's no confusion. So first of all, you should charter company, ideally, so buy a province, like this, or conquer it, but wait like for 30 years or so separatism goes away. Then you need to convert it to Dutch, to Catholic, right? And you need to change your primary culture from Dutch to something else, like French, African, Indian, doesn't matter, just not Dutch. That's what you need to do. Then you need to trigger some war exhaustion, lower your stability, etc., lower autonomy here. You need to get rebels to be mad. Then what happens is that the rebels in India, only in India, so it won't work in Europe. In Europe, I don't know what will happen. I think it will be Holland in Europe or something, or Netherlands. Anyway, it's a bit confusing. So, what's going on with Russia? Come on, Poland, don't disappoint. Can't even trigger revolt. Oh yeah, here they are. Dutch separatists. So look here. So there is no core of East Indies Company, right? It doesn't exist. But once they do it, they just do it. Done. Now, what I want to take a look at, if we can. There's still separatism, right? Yeah. make them conquer all India naturally. I don't think it's possible. Yeah, rebels will just stay put. That's fine. So what we need to do is to just get rid of these rebels, because they already played their purpose. Now here's the trick. Here's the trick. Let's wait for the board to finish. I will show you. Come on, Poland. Come on. Alright. So now, essentially, it's 1 province minor, right? I think rebels will travel if you convert those provinces to Dutch. I think they will travel. But as you can see, because of separatism, I can't change their culture. So instead, what I will do is a bit more interesting. I mean, we could release and play as OPM, but I don't want it. It's pretty inconvenient. So I will release this company. Actually, what happens if we establish VOC, but we already have the company here? Alright, it's vessel, it's just vessel, we can exit. It's not a big deal. Just need to wait and we can exit. What happens if we just, alright, doesn't work, it becomes commercial enterprise. Anyway, let's say scam. So, we already could release and play as this company, but I don't want to. It would take pretty long time. So instead what I will do is I will just wait for 10 years or so, and then come back to you and show how to feed it and actually make it viable. Alright, so here's how to feed the vessel. So, first we need to start annexing it, right? Just annexing. We can buy papal ability. And we wait until it gets around 80% or so. Let's also get... Oh yeah, I have parliament, I don't have nobility. Second. Alright, let's also get nobility integration policy. So we wait. Alright, here we go. That's last month, and I need to feed it. So, 97%. Let's give it one more province. We almost annexed it, and we want to give it one more province. Alright, it reset to 40. We wait again. I think we can actually spam some buildings right here. Alright, here we go. Let's give it one more province. We almost annexed it. Yeah, we are going to slowly feed it like this. Why? So if we give it all provinces at once, it will become kind of unloyal, which we don't want. If we slowly feed it, as you can see, it gets the bonus for giving them provinces. So it's a bit more loyal, it won't revolt. Here we go, we can grant one more province. I will actually flip back to Dutch culture. Yeah, I will flip back. So I annex East Indies more quickly. Alright, so we're finishing up feeding India to our company. I'm actually not sure if it would work right now. What we could do in the future is, it technically is possible to feed Dutch land to East India Company, just more difficult. Essentially, you either do the same, but you need to conquer stuff through Ormuz to Africa to this or this. So you can grant provinces, conquer some provinces in Iberia, Brittany, France, and then just so you can grant provinces in Netherlands. Or what we could also do is we could technically wait until it has colonial range, right? And we could declare on some nations, say Kilwa, then we could work our way up, like Kabul, Spain, whatever, and feed the provinces in war. It's technically also possible. Well, I don't want this video to become too long, but technically, we could also conquer more of India, we could do more stuff, but right now what will happen is I will just finish annexing the Dutch company. As you can see, it's pretty loyal. And yes, I don't think you can annex the usual company at all. I don't think you can. It's like colonial nation. You can't release it. So yeah. Maybe what also possible is to let it get independence, then just conquer it and release from course, but I mean it's even more complicated. I think it's technically the hardest nation to play as. Come on, let's annex you. Alright, here we go. One last month and it's annexed. So what will happen now is essentially all India is core of East Indian Company, right? As you saw, it took some time, but I mean it worked. It worked. We could feed more, actually we could conquer Maldives and go from Maldives to Africa to Europe. Technically, yeah, we could. I didn't, but we could. So this way you can feed a lot of course with the vessel. Now our next goal would be to ideally develop its provinces. Let's take a look here. So it's more powerful when it emerges. It would actually get technology, it would get technology too. So now what we can do is we can just break all alliances. That's pretty important if you want to release and play. Goodbye, Poland, goodbye. So now we don't have any alliances, right? Sindh. Let's also break alliance with Sindh. That's the most dangerous. I would remove all of my troops. Don't go bankrupt, because when you go bankrupt, vessel goes bankrupt too. The game is pretty smart. Anyway, so now we can play as Dutch East Indian Company. Here we go. Look, I bet you didn't know it even existed. It's really rare. So, let's take a look. It's interesting. What the hell are those ideas? No, I'm serious. What the hell are those ideas? Are they Indian? 1 second. I know it should have colonial ideas. I don't know what's going on. Alright. No way. No way. Alright. No freaking way. I'm not lying here. I'm not lying. These ideas are secret. They are not on the wiki. I just checked. They are just not on the wiki. It's not the generic Indian ideas. I don't know what this is. No way. No, these are not British Indian ideas. These are completely unique ideas that are inaccessible in the game usually. These I didn't even know they had unique ideas. I seriously didn't know. Oh my god. And let's take a look at missions. So, actually, surprisingly, we didn't really get new missions at all. It's just generic missions. I thought we would get like Indian missions or something. So, yeah, let's take a look at our development. We have around 250 development. It's not terrible, but it's pretty bad. I mean, as I've said, we could, in theory, feed more land to the company. We could even feed the whole Netherlands, but it's Dutch Catholic India. God, it's so cursed. Alright, that's interesting. Well, as you can see, it works surprisingly well. Let me show the usual ideas of theirs, and by the way, they're not even bad, they're pretty good actually. One merchant, current capacity, corporation cost reduction, years of partisan. I'm very surprised. I'm extremely surprised it's not listed anywhere. It's the first time I see those ideas. Alright, so let's establish the usual company and you will see what I'm talking about. So here we go, usual company. Yeah, we can next we can do anything with it, yada yada yada. Look at this. These are generic colonial ideas. So the only way to get unique. Oh no way. I think I found new ideas. Entirely new ideas. Look at this. Anyway, I really hope you loved this video. If you did, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Hope you learned something new. Thank you for watching this video and have a good day.